The title of this broadcast is Practice Singing. I stink at this. Now, let me give you a little bit of background here. I've been singing ever since I was a little child, and I sang in choir in grade school. I sang in choir in junior high school. I sang in choir in high school. The last 3 years of high school, I sang an hour in concert choir and an hour in our magical group every day, so 2 hours of singing there. My senior year in high school, excuse me, my senior year in high school, our magical group went to Europe that summer, and so we were putting on concerts, we were fundraising, we were singing everywhere, all the time. And so I never really thought too much about practicing singing because I was literally singing all the time. And then add in my junior and senior year the musical production. The first year was Camelot, and the second year, the senior year, was Carousel. There was more time when I think I was singing more than I was not singing. So you don't think too much about practicing. In fact, I started taking lessons when I was in 10th grade, and we didn't record the lessons back then. This is a long time ago. And so I would go home and maybe practice the song, but I didn't practice the vocal exercises, the vocalese. I didn't really see them as exercises. I saw them as like warm-ups. And maybe that was my fault, but I never practiced a lesson because I was always singing. Got to college, was in the oratorio choir at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah, for the 4 years, and we were always, we did concerts throughout the year. We sang in devotionals and things like that, and so. But as many of you know my story, I stopped singing for a long time because I had problems with my voice. I couldn't do what I wanted to do vocally, and started up again when I was 43 years old. Well, now, in those lessons, I started recording the lesson on cassette tapes. Do you know what those are? And so we recorded the lessons on cassette tapes, and then I would take the lesson home, and then I would listen to it. And I had a cassette player in my car, and so wherever I would drive, I would practice with my lesson. I bought CDs. I bought Singing for the Stars by Seth Riggs, and it wasn't CDs back then, it was cassette tapes, and I listened to those tapes because my teacher moved away, and I was just on my own for a couple years, and so everywhere I had to drive quite a bit because I was in sales, and I would practice in the car. Great use of time. So I would sing along with the lessons, or I'd sing along with the cassette tapes I was listening to, the Singing for the Stars tapes. And so I was practicing then, but I never came home and just, stood by the piano and practiced a lesson there. And so I didn't practice unless I was in the car. Isn't that strange? And I did that for a long time. And even when I started up with lessons again, with the teacher, I would record the lesson, or he'd record it and give me a CD. And finally, we got to the point where we just recorded it on a little SD chip, and then I would put it in the computer, and I'd download it to a playlist on iTunes, which is what I do now. So I've got years of voice lessons on iTunes in playlists. Well, so here's the point. I find that unless I'm taking a voice lesson, or unless I have a show, and I do musical theater. So if I do musical theater, guess what I start doing? I start practicing and then getting my voice conditioned, and I start practicing the audition. And then I go to the audition, and then if I get cast, then I get the music for the show, and I start learning the ensemble music, or I start learning the solo part that I'm doing. And so I'm always singing, and I practice, and I do the vocalises to keep my voice in condition. But when the show's over and I'm not doing anything, When I take a lesson, I'll do some vocal leads a few days before and up to that time so that I'm in somewhat condition. But oh my gosh, I confess that I don't practice like I should when I'm not in a show, I'm not performing. So do not do as I do. Here's the advice I have to give you. Commit yourself to put yourself out there. If you go to a church where they allow soloists, ask to do a solo. If you if you play an instrument, go to open mic night, play your instrument and sing. If you are in a band, obviously you want to be one of the lead singers or at least backup or harmonies. So you want to be involved as one of the main singers in the band. And if you're in a choir, then let your choir leader know that you would like to be considered for solos, because then and take regular voice lessons, because I find that the more regular I am with lessons, the more I practice. All of these things will add up to practicing. But if you just lay off and don't do anything, then your voice, the conditioning goes down. Just like physical exercise. If you go to the gym and you're working out, you're toned up, your body's in good shape. But if you don't exercise at all, then you get fat and flabby. Well, the vocal cords, I don't think they get fat, but they lose something. They lose something. And you can tell when you've laid off for a while and you come back, it's just not quite the same. So commit yourself to be involved. Commit yourself to learn some new songs in your lessons. If you're not in a show or you're not performing, commit yourself to learn some new songs. If your voice teacher has group classes, go to the group classes and sing for the group. Do everything you can to put yourself out there. And this is going to help you not stink at practicing. Now, are there any questions? I don't see any questions right now. So let me just say that one of the other things that helps you sing and perform is to have confidence in your voice. And so this is the reason why on my website at powertosing.com, I have an area that's called the power test. And the power test, let me see here. Oh, I guess I don't have it loaded up. Let me get my website here for you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about singing lessons or conditioning your voice so that you gain some confidence in your voice. So if you go to powertosing.com, right here on the front page is a power test. You come down here, you start the recording here, you select whether you're a man or you're a woman or a child. You start playing, and it's going to give you music to sing to. And you sing, ah, ah, and you record that. Then you listen to the recording and answer the questions, what it sounds like. And you submit your answer, and it will deliver to you your vocal type, one of these 4 vocal types. Or you can send the recording to me via SpeakPipe, and you'll see that on here. You can listen to the recording. See, it says powered by SpeakPipe right here. So when you record it, you can send it through SpeakPipe, and I'll get it, and I'll give you your vocal type. I'll listen to it and give it to you. But the quiz works great, and it's a little bit faster. So then you go to the Knowledge Center, the top of the page here, and there are 4 pages: pole chest, high lyrics, light chest, no chest, flip falsetto, and mix. So let's say you're a flip falsetto, you go to that page and you watch the videos about flip falsetto, and then you get a really good understanding of what flip falsetto is all about. Then you can download the free exercises. And these exercises are designed to help eliminate all of the issues that you have with your voice. So this is how you get confidence in your voice, is you eliminate these weaknesses. And these exercises for vocal types are designed to eliminate the weaknesses of the pulled chest, high larynx vocal type, or the flip falsetto, or the light chest, no chest. And then you start developing confidence in your voice, and then you want to go out there and start singing and do shows or do open mics or get in a band or perform in a bar or restaurant, and you want to sing, you want to perform because you want to share your voice with others. Then you practice more because you're involved, you're singing, you're performing. So go to the website, get your vocal type, and then get after it. And that's going to increase your confidence, and you're going to want to sing and perform more, and then you're going to want to practice. Any other questions here? Let me just go back to the question board and see if I can help you. How the support affect mix? I'm guessing that means how does support affect mix? And I'm guessing the support means to the diaphragmatic support that I talk about on my website. If you go to episode 15 and 16, it talks about diaphragmatic breathing. And so that's taking a low breath. So like the tummy comes out, belly button out, air goes in. And then as you use your air, you pull your stomach in. That kind of support is positive for your voice. And so it's definitely, in terms of affecting mix, it doesn't necessarily affect it as much as it enables it. And it helps supply the vocal cords with adequate air, and it helps appropriate tension on the cord structure, so that you're not pitchy, you're not falling below the pitch, and it energizes. I think it energizes your voice. So I find that the low breath support also helps me when I'm singing, when I have to sing on stage and project. If I have no microphone, or if I'm speaking and I have no microphone. Well, let me back up. Not whether you have a microphone or not, it is going to help for projecting, and it's going to help you on stage. The sound people are going to take care of adjusting the mic. So this is it's extremely important to be able to have that mix, have that support from the diaphragm to provide the air supply adequate to the vocal cords, and do so in a way that you're going to be able to maintain a constant air supply, have the quantity of air that you need at the appropriate balance between the air and the muscle and the vocal cord. So watch episode 15 and 16 on my website, and it's all about diaphragmatic breathing. Or if you go to the Knowledge Center, this is a really great way to, by going to the Knowledge Center on the website, let me just go back to the Knowledge Center, and you can see on the right-hand side, there are categories here. And come down here to breath control and click on that. And there's all these other categories you'll find to be very helpful too. And you can scroll down here. There's 4 of these under breath support. And here's episode 15 and 16. So watch those, and that gives you a really great background on breath support and on how it impacts the voice and how it affects your mix. I'm Chuck Gilmore with Power to Sing. You can sing higher with beauty, confidence, and power. Now I'll see you later at another broadcast or inside one of my videos. Thanks. Bye-bye.